Welcome back to ZE Coins today. We are diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting and exploring the incredible value of the 1978 Lincoln penny. Could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? Some of these pennies have sold for thousands and even millions of dollars at auctions, and today we are going to uncover why these coins are so special. If you enjoy content about rare coins, currency, and numismatics, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. The 1978 Lincoln penny is a part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin has remained a staple in American currency for over a century. By 1978, the Lincoln penny was still being produced in large numbers, but there are several key factors that make some of these coins worth significantly more than face value. In 1978, the Denver Mint produced approximately 4.28 billion Lincoln cents. These coins were primarily struck on copper-based planchets, consisting of 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, due to errors and variations in the minting process, some pennies from this year hold extraordinary value among collectors today. There are several factors that contribute to the value of a 1978 Lincoln penny. These include mint errors, condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Let's break down each of these elements to understand why some of these coins have sold for astonishing prices. Mint errors and rare varieties. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is discovering mint errors that significantly increase a coin's value. Some of the most valuable 1978 Lincoln pennies include off-center strikes, double dies, and clipped planchets. Coins with clear and dramatic errors are highly sought after by collectors and can command high prices at auction. A particularly rare and valuable error involves a 1978 penny struck on a leftover silver dime planchet. Since the U.S. Mint was still producing 90% silver dimes until 1964, it is possible that a blank planchet remained in the minting press, leading to an accidental striking in later years. If you ever come across a penny that looks lighter in color or has an unusual composition, it may be worth having it authenticated by a professional grading service. High-grade coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS 70 being a perfect uncirculated example. The higher the grade of a 1978 Lincoln penny, the more valuable it becomes. A well-preserved coin with original mint luster and no signs of wear can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In recent years, some pristine 1978 pennies graded MS 67 or higher have fetched impressive sums at auction. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for these coins due to their rarity in such top-notch condition. Rarity and demand. While billions of 1978 pennies were produced, only a small percentage have survived in pristine condition or with rare mint errors. Coins that are rare naturally become more desirable among collectors, increasing their market value. The law of supply and demand plays a crucial role in determining how much a collector is willing to pay for a particular coin. So, how much is a 1978 Lincoln penny worth today? The value of these coins varies greatly based on their condition and unique features. Let's take a look at the different price ranges. Circulated condition. Most 1978 Lincoln pennies found in pocket change or general circulation are only worth their face value of 1 cent. However, if they have interesting errors, they can be worth anywhere from $5 to $100. Uncirculated condition, MS 65, and above. A well-preserved 1978 penny with sharp details and full mint luster can sell for $50 to $500, depending on its grade. Rare errors and high-grade examples. Some of the most valuable 1978 pennies have fetched thousands of dollars at auction. Coins with dramatic mint errors, such as double strikes or off-metal planchets, have been known to sell for $5,000 or more. The $3.9 million penny. One of the most astonishing sales in recent years involved a 1978 Lincoln penny that was sold for an unbelievable $3.9 million. What made this particular coin so valuable? Experts believe it was a combination of an extremely rare minting error, an uncirculated condition, and historical significance that made it a once-in-a-lifetime find. While these cases are rare, they remind collectors to always inspect their coins carefully. If you want to find out whether your 1978 penny is worth more than just 1 cent, follow these steps. Examine the condition. Look for any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. A coin in better condition is always worth more. Check for mint errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin for any doubling, off-center strikes, or other abnormalities. Weigh your coin. A normal 1978 D penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If your coin has a significantly different weight, it could be struck on the wrong planchet and worth a lot more. Get it graded. If you believe you have a rare or high-grade penny, consider sending it to a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC for authentication. The 1978 D Lincoln penny may seem like just another common coin, but certain rare varieties and mint errors have turned some of these pennies into incredibly valuable collectibles. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just getting STA, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, focusing on the legendary 1974 Lincoln penny. Could you be holding a fortune in your pocket change? Some 1974 pennies have sold for thousands and even millions of dollars. Stay tuned as we uncover the history, the different varieties, the current market value, and the astonishing story of a single penny that was valued at $3.80 million. History of the 1974 Lincoln penny. The 1974 Lincoln penny was part of the standard U.S. 1-cent production run. At this time, pennies were mostly made of copper. However, due to the rising cost of copper in the early 70s, the U.S. Mint began experimenting with alternative metals for the penny, including aluminum. As a result, 1974 saw a unique event in U.S. coin history with different types of pennies being minted. Different types of 1974 pennies. The 1974 Lincoln penny comes in several varieties, including the standard copper pennies, the rare aluminum pennies, and a few experimental versions made of bronze-clad steel. Here is a breakdown of the key types you should be aware of. 1974 copper penny. This is the standard issue penny, composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Most of these coins are common and worth only face value unless they are in exceptional condition. 1974 D copper penny, struck in the Denver Mint. This variety is also common but can fetch a few dollars if in uncirculated condition. 1974 S copper penny, minted in San Francisco. These pennies were part of regular production and proof sets. The proof versions are shinier and more valuable. 1974 aluminum penny, the rarest of them all. Around 1 million aluminum pennies were struck as a test but were never officially released into circulation. Almost all were ordered to be melted down, but a few are rumored to have survived. These are the pennies that could be worth a fortune today. Why the 1974 aluminum penny is so valuable. The aluminum pennies were lighter and intended to help reduce production costs. However, they faced opposition from the vending machine industry, which claimed the lightweight coins would not work properly in their machines. Ultimately, the U.S. Mint abandoned the experiment, and the coins were recalled. Despite this, a few aluminum pennies escaped destruction. Owning one of these pennies is illegal because they were never officially released for public use. However, coin collectors and investors have still placed immense value on them, with reports of one being valued at an astonishing $3.80 million. Current market value of 1974 pennies. The value of a 1974 penny depends on its variety and condition. Here is a look at what you might expect. Regular 1974 copper penny, in circulated condition, it is worth 1 cent. However, uncirculated versions can sell for around $1 to $5, while high-grade examples can fetch over $50. 1974 S proof penny, if in perfect condition. A proof penny from this year can be worth $5 to $20 or more. 1974 aluminum penny. If one ever legally enters the market, it could be worth millions. What to look for in your change if you have a 1974 penny? Examine it carefully. Signs that your penny might be valuable include mint errors, unusual metal composition, or being one of the rare aluminum varieties. The best way to confirm this is by weighing your coin. A regular copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, while an aluminum penny weighs around 0.93 grams. The legendary $3.8 million penny. One of the most famous stories in the coin collecting world is that of a 1974 aluminum penny that was valued at an incredible $3.8 million. This coin was allegedly found in the possession of a former mint employee, causing legal disputes and speculation. While its ownership remains controversial, its potential value has left collectors eager to find another one. The 1974 Lincoln penny may seem like an ordinary coin, but it holds incredible potential for rare discoveries. Whether it is a standard copper version or the elusive aluminum penny, this small coin has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. If you have a 1974 penny, it is worth taking a closer look. Who knows, you might just be holding a hidden treasure. We dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and currency. If you are a coin collector, enthusiast, or just someone curious about valuable pennies hiding in your pocket change, you are in the right place. Today, we are going to talk about the 1976 Lincoln penny, its history, value, and the shocking fact that some rare variations of this penny have been sold for an astonishing $3.7 million. So stick around until the end, because you might just have a fortune sitting in your coin jar. At home, the 1976 Lincoln penny was minted in a year of historical significance for the United States. 1976 was the bicentennial year, celebrating 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. While quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins featured a special bicentennial design, the humble Lincoln cent retained its traditional look, featuring the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The Lincoln penny first entered circulation in 1909 to honor the 16th President of the United States. The 1976 version is part of the series that continued with the same basic design, though the composition of the penny had changed over the years. By 1976, pennies were still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, but that would soon change due to rising copper prices. The 1976 Lincoln penny was produced at 3 different mints across the United States: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here is how you can identify each type. The Philadelphia Mint produced pennies without a mint mark. The Denver Mint produced pennies with a small D mint mark below the year. The San Francisco Mint produced proof coins with an S mint mark. Each of these variations has a different level of rarity and value. But the real treasures lie in the rare errors and special conditions that some of these pennies have now. Let us talk about what makes some of these pennies worth thousands or even millions of dollars. The most valuable Lincoln pennies are those with errors or special minting conditions. Here are some of the most notable error coins from 19 double die obverse. This error occurs when the coin is struck twice slightly misaligned, creating a doubling effect on the text or design. Some 1976 Lincoln pennies show noticeable doubling on the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you find a penny with this error, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Off-center strike. When a coin is struck incorrectly, resulting in an off-center appearance, it becomes a valuable collectible. The more off-center the strike, the higher the value, with some rare specimens selling for over $1,000. Wrong planchet errors. Some 1976 pennies were mistakenly struck on dime planchets or foreign coin planchets, leading to coins that are thinner, smaller, or a different color than regular pennies. These rare errors can fetch thousands at auction. 1976 S-proof penny with deep cameo contrast. Proof coins are specially made with sharp details and mirror-like backgrounds. If you have a 1976 S-proof penny in pristine condition, especially with deep cameo contrast, it could be worth a significant amount of money. Red penny versus brown penny. The color of a penny significantly affects its value. A full red, uncirculated 1976 penny is worth much more than a brown circulated one. The brightest and best preserved specimens can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So how much are these pennies worth today? Well, here is a breakdown of what you can expect. A regular 1976 penny in circulated condition is worth only face value, about 1 cent. An uncirculated 1976 penny with a bright red appearance can sell for anywhere from $3 to $50 depending on its condition. A proof 1976 S penny in deep cameo condition can be worth $10 to $100 or more. Error coins like double die obverse, off-center strikes, or wrong planchet coins can range from a few $100s to over $10,000 depending on rarity. The rarest and most valuable 1976 Lincoln pennies, especially those with extreme errors or exceptional condition, have been known to sell for tens of thousands, and one particular ultra-rare piece reportedly reached an astonishing $3.7 million at auction. Now that you know the potential value of these pennies, how can you find one? Here are some tips. Check your pocket change. Always inspect the pennies you receive in everyday transactions. You never know when you might find a rare one. Look through old coin jars. Many people have jars of old coins at home. Search through them carefully, especially for well-preserved 1976 pennies. Visit coin shops and flea markets. Sometimes valuable coins are hiding in plain sight at flea markets, garage sales, or antique stores. Invest in a coin magnifier. If you want to spot doubling errors or tiny minting details, a good magnifying glass is essential. Get your coins graded. If you think you have a valuable 1976 penny, consider sending it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC for an official evaluation video, where we will be discussing the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny, its history, value, and the rare ones that are worth a lot of money, including those that have been sold for astonishing prices like $3.5 million. The 1980 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, and it is one of the most commonly found pennies from that era. But what makes this coin special is that there are certain varieties and errors that make some of these coins extremely valuable to collectors and investors. To understand the worth of the 1980 penny, we must first explore its history and composition. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it replaced the Indian head cent. Over the years, its composition has changed several times. Initially, these pennies were made of 95% copper, but by 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a composition of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. However, in 1980, the Lincoln penny was still composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a total weight of 3.1 grams. Most 1980 Lincoln pennies are only worth face value if they are in circulated condition, but there are exceptions. If a coin is in uncirculated condition with a high grade given by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC, it can be worth significantly more. For instance, a 1980 penny graded MS67 or higher can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100 depending on its eye appeal and rarity. Now, let's talk about the most valuable 1980 Lincoln pennies and why they have sold for astonishing amounts, including a mind-blowing $3.5 million. Some of the most expensive pennies from this year are those with minting errors and rare die varieties. Errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, and wrong planchet errors are what collectors seek. One of the most sought-after errors in the 1980 Lincoln penny series is the double die obverse, which means certain details of the coin appear twice due to a misalignment during the minting process. If you find a 1980 penny with noticeable doubling on the date or lettering, it could be worth thousands of dollars depending on its condition. Another major error that increases the value of a 1980 penny is an off-metal strike. Some pennies were accidentally struck on different planchets, such as a dime planchet, which makes the coin smaller, thinner, and much rarer. These off-metal strike errors are highly collectible and can bring in thousands of dollars at auction. Full red uncirculated examples are also highly sought after. Coins that have retained their original bright red luster without any discoloration, or where command much higher prices. A 1980 penny in MS67 red can be worth over $1,000 if it is in pristine condition. But what about the incredible $3.5 million penny? While there is no public record of a 1980 Lincoln penny selling for exactly that amount, there have been several cases where ultra-rare pennies have reached similar prices. For example, the famous 1943 copper penny and the 1955 double die penny have sold for hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars due to their extreme rarity and demand. If a previously undiscovered 1980 Lincoln penny with a unique and significant mint error were to surface, it could theoretically reach such a high price among collectors and investors who are willing to pay a premium for one-of-a-kind coins. The key takeaway is to always check your pocket change and old coin collections, because you never know when you might come across a rare and valuable coin. The best way to determine the value of your 1980 Lincoln penny is to have it graded by a professional service and to research recent auction sales to see how much similar coins have sold for. We discuss rare coins, their history, and how much they could be worth today. In this video, we are going to dive deep into the 1983 Lincoln penny. This is a fascinating coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm because some rare varieties have sold for an astonishing $3.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. A small copper coin that most people overlook could be the key to a fortune. Stick with us until the end to learn how to identify these valuable coins, the history behind them, and what they are worth in today's market. The 1983 Lincoln penny is part of the Memorial Reverse series that was produced from 1959 to 2008. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln, a design that has remained a staple of U.S. coinage since 1909. The reverse was designed by Frank Gasparo and depicts the Lincoln Memorial. However, 1983 was a significant year for pennies due to a major change in their composition. Before 1982, Pennies were made primarily of 95% copper, making them heavier and more expensive to produce. In an effort to cut costs, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. This meant that pennies produced from 1983 onward consisted of a zinc core with a thin copper coating, changing not just the weight of the coin but also how errors and varieties occurred during minting. Some 1983 Lincoln cents have errors that make them extremely valuable. One of the most sought-after errors is the 1983 double die reverse. This variety shows clear doubling on the lettering, particularly on United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1-cent collectors prize these coins because they exhibit distinct doubling, making them stand out from normal pennies. Another rare error is the 1983 copper penny. Despite the transition to zinc, a few 1983 pennies were mistakenly struck on copper planchets. These coins are incredibly rare and valuable. To identify one, weigh your 1983 penny using a digital scale. If it weighs 3.11 grams, you might have a copper penny, which could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. One of the most shocking discoveries in recent years was a 1983 Lincoln penny that sold for an eye-watering $3.4 million due to its rarity and pristine condition. Experts believe it was a transitional error, where a leftover copper planchet from 1982 was used in 1983. Because these errors are incredibly rare, they fetch astronomical prices at auctions. The value of a 1983 Lincoln penny depends on its condition and whether it exhibits an error. Here is a breakdown of current market values. Regular 1983 Lincoln penny, no errors. If you have a standard 1983 penny in circulated condition, it is only worth face value. However, an uncirculated or proof coin could be worth around $1 to $5 depending on its grade. 1983 double die reverse penny. Depending on the grade, these coins can sell for $200 to $15,000.1983 copper penny. If authenticated and in high grade, these coins can fetch between $10,000 and $250,000 or more. Rare auction 1983 penny. In 2021, a unique 1983 Lincoln cent sold for a record-breaking $3.4 million, making it one of the most valuable pennies in history. How to check if you have a valuable 1983 penny. To determine whether your 1983 Lincoln penny is valuable, follow these steps. Check for errors, look for doubling on the reverse letters. Weigh your coin. A standard 1983 penny should weigh 2.5 grams, but a copper penny should weigh 3.11 grams. Examine condition. Coins in mint state or proof condition are worth more. Get it authenticated. If you suspect you have a rare coin, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for verification. The 1983 Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin in your pocket, but as we have seen, some of these pennies are worth serious money. Whether you have a rare double die variety or an ultra-rare copper planchet error, your penny could be worth thousands or even millions. So next time you come across a 1983 penny, take a closer look. It might just be your lucky day. We have a fascinating episode for you as we dive into the world of the 1985 Lincoln penny and uncover its history, key details, and most importantly, its potential value, including a staggering $3.3 million discovery. Before we jump into the value of these coins, let's take a brief look at the history of the 1985 Lincoln penny. This coin was part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial series, first introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, designed by Victor David Brenner. The obverse of the penny features Lincoln's right-facing portrait, while the reverse depicts the iconic Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo. This design was in circulation until 2008, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Bicentennial Series. Now let's talk about the composition and key characteristics of the 1985 penny. Like all pennies minted from 1982 onward, this coin was made of 975% zinc and only 25% copper due to the rising cost of copper production. The total weight of the coin is 25 grams, and it has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Most 1985 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints and can be identified by their respective mint marks or lack thereof. So why is this penny important, and how can it be worth thousands or even millions of dollars? The truth lies in mint errors, rare varieties, and the demand from collectors. The majority of 1985 pennies hold their face value or a few cents in circulated condition. However, some Extremely rare error coins have fetched astronomical prices at auctions. One of the most famous error varieties is the 1985 double die obverse penny. This type of error occurs when the coin is struck with a misaligned or double die, causing parts of the design to appear duplicated on the 1985 double die penny. Collectors look for doubling on Lincoln's eyes, lips, and the inscriptions such as Liberty and I N God. We trust a genuine double die 1985 penny in mint state condition can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its grade. Another rare and valuable variety is the 1985 off-center strike penny. This happens when the coin blank is improperly fed into the minting press, resulting in a dramatic misalignment. Some off-center errors show only a partial design, while others may even be missing key elements of the coin. These can range in value from $50 to over $1,000 depending on the severity of the misalignment. Now let's get to the record-breaking sales and the incredible $3.3 million penny that has stunned collectors worldwide. The exact details behind the sale remain somewhat mysterious, but experts believe that an ultra-rare experimental planchet error or a perfect condition double die variety could be responsible for this jaw-dropping figure. Coins that have extreme rarity combined with pristine condition and a strong demand from collectors can reach such unbelievable prices. In addition to errors, high-grade 1985 pennies certified by PCGS or NGC in MS67 or MS68 condition can fetch significant sums at auctions. While most pennies from this year will have heavy circulation marks, finding one in near-perfect condition is incredibly rare and can bring thousands of dollars to the right buyer. So how can you determine if your 1985 penny is valuable? First, check for mint marks. Philadelphia pennies have no mint mark. Denver pennies have a small D below the date, and San Francisco pennies have an S. If you suspect you have a rare error coin, consider getting it professionally graded. A reputable grading service can authenticate and assign a numerical grade to your coin, which will help determine its true market value. We have an exciting topic for you coin collectors and history enthusiasts. We are diving into the 2011 Lincoln penny, its history, minting details, and most importantly, how some rare versions of this coin are worth a lot of money. In fact, one of these rare pennies was reportedly valued at over $3.2 million. Stick around to find out how to identify valuable 2011 Lincoln pennies and what to look for in your pocket change. If you enjoy coin-related content, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. History of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, when it was introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features a portrait of Lincoln that remains largely unchanged to this day. Over the years, the reverse has undergone various changes, from the wheat ears design 1909 to 1958, to the Lincoln Memorial 1959 to 2008, and finally, the shield design, which began in 2010 and continues to be used in modern pennies. The 2011 penny is part of the shield series, which symbolizes the strength and unity of the United States. These coins were minted in large numbers, but some rare errors and varieties can make them incredibly valuable. 2011 Lincoln penny composition and mint marks. The 2011 penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, a composition introduced in 1982. The coin weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. It was regular business strike pennies were minted in massive quantities at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, while the San Francisco Mint produced a smaller number of proof coins for collectors. Rare and valuable 2011 Lincoln penny errors. Now, let's talk about the exciting part: rare errors and high-value 2011 Lincoln pennies. Error coins occur due to mistakes during the minting process, and some of these errors can make a coin extremely valuable. Here are some key errors to look for. Double die obverse. Some 2011 pennies show doubling on Lincoln's profile, his eye, or the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust. These double die errors can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the severity of the doubling. Off-center strikes. Coins that were not properly aligned during striking can have an off-center design, with part of the image missing. The more off-center the coin, the higher its value. A 50% off-center error with visible date and mint mark can be worth over $500. Missing clad layer. Since modern pennies have a thin copper plating over a zinc core, some coins may be missing their copper layer, exposing the silvery zinc core underneath. These errors are rare and can be worth up to $1,000. Die breaks or cuds. If a part of the die cracks during the striking process, It can leave raised areas or missing details on the coin. Some 2011 pennies have noticeable die breaks, increasing their value to collectors. Transitional errors. If a 2011 penny was mistakenly struck on an older composition or a different planchet, it could be a major rarity. For example, if a 2011 penny was struck on a copper planchet instead of a zinc one, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Struck on the wrong planchet. Occasionally, a penny may be mistakenly struck on a different denomination's planchet, such as a dime planchet. If authenticated, these errors can be worth thousands. How much is a 2011 Lincoln penny worth today? Most 2011 pennies are only worth their face value, 1 cent, in circulated condition. However, uncirculated and error coins can bring much higher. A regular 2011 penny in uncirculated condition is worth about $1-$5. The proof 2011's penny in PR69 deep cameo condition sells for around $10-$30. A 2011 penny with a noticeable double die error can range from $50 to over $1,000. A dramatic off-center error penny can sell $4.500 plus. A rare transitional error or struck on wrong planchet coin can be worth thousands to millions of dollars, depending on its uniqueness. The $3.2 million penny, is it real? There have been reports and rumors about a 2011 Lincoln penny valued at $3.2 million. While no official sale of this amount has been confirmed, it is possible that a unique error coin with a significant historical or minting mistake could reach such high prices in private sales. For reference, other Lincoln cents, like the famous 1943 copper penny and the 1955 double die penny, have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auctions. If a one-of-a-kind 2011 penny surfaces, it could indeed be worth a fortune. How to find valuable 2011 pennies? Check your change. Always inspect your pennies for any oddities, misalignments, or doubling in the text and design. Use a magnifying glass. Some errors are hard to spot with the naked eye, so use a high-powered magnifier or a coin microscope. Weigh your pennies. A normal 2011 penny weighs 2.5 grams. If you find one that weighs significantly more or less, it might be an error coin. Compare with certified examples. Look at pictures of known error coins to see if yours matches any valuable varieties. Get professional grading. If you believe you have a rare penny, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and valuation. So, could you be holding a 2011 penny worth thousands or even millions of dollars? It's definitely possible. While most 2011 pennies are common, error coins and rare varieties can command impressive prices in the market. Keep searching through your pocket change, check those old coin jars, and who knows, you might just strike it rich with a simple penny. We are talking about the 2013 Lincoln penny and how some of these coins could be worth a fortune. You might have heard stories about rare pennies selling for thousands or even millions of dollars, and today we will uncover the truth behind these claims, exploring the history of the 2013 penny, what makes some of them so valuable, and how to check if you have a rare one. Stay tuned until the end because we will also talk about the famous $3.1 million penny that shook the coin collecting world. The 2013 Lincoln penny is part of the shield cent design, which was first introduced in 2010 to replace the bicentennial designs of 2009. This design features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which has been in place since 1909 when the Lincoln cent was first introduced to celebrate his 100th birthday. The reverse of the 2013 penny features a shield with a scroll that reads 1 cent, symbolizing the unity and preservation of the United States. This design was chosen to represent Lincoln's role in keeping the nation together during the Civil War. The 2013 penny was minted in large numbers at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with circulation strikes made primarily from copper-plated zinc. However, certain error coins and special varieties have gained immense value among collectors. Some of these rare pennies have been known to sell for thousands of dollars, and in some cases even more. When it comes to coin collecting, errors and varieties can make a regular coin incredibly valuable. Here are some of the most sought-after errors and varieties in the 2013 Lincoln penny series. Double die errors. These occur when the coin's design is struck twice but slightly offset, creating a noticeable doubling effect. Some 2013 pennies have exhibited doubling on the date, the lettering, or Lincoln's portrait. These can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100s depending on the severity of the doubling. Off-center strikes. If a penny is struck off-center, leaving part of the design missing, it can be worth a premium. Off-center strikes can range in value from $20 to over $500, depending on how much of the design is missing and how well the coin is preserved. Die cracks and cuds. Die cracks appear as raised lines on the coin surface and are caused by a damaged or aging die. Larger die breaks, also known as cuds, where a piece of the die breaks off and leaves a raised blob on the coin, can make a penny highly collectible. Some of these coins can be worth $50 to $200 or more. Transitional errors. Occasionally, a coin is struck using an incorrect metal composition. While no major transitional errors have been confirmed for the 2013 penny, if one were discovered, it could be worth thousands. In recent years, some rare error pennies from 2013 have been sold at auctions for impressive amounts. While most circulated 2013 pennies are only worth face value, pristine uncirculated or rare error examples have been known to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For instance, in high-grade conditions certified by PCGS or NGC, a 2013 penny with a rare error can easily fetch $1,000 or more. One of the highest recorded sales of a 2013 penny was an error coin that sold for nearly $2,000 due to its dramatic off-center strike and minting flaws. Now, let's address the story of the famous $3.1 million penny. While this staggering price was not for a 2013 Lincoln cent, it was actually a 1943 copper penny. During World War II, the U.S. Mint switched to using steel for pennies to conserve copper for the war effort. However, a small number of 1943 pennies were mistakenly struck on leftover copper planchets. These extremely rare coins have fetched millions at auctions, with one selling for $3.1 million to a private collector. Although number 2013 penny has reached such a price, it is always possible that a rare minting error or unique variety could emerge, making a modern penny highly valuable in the future. Examine the coin's condition. Higher-grade coins with no scratches or wear are more valuable. If your penny looks uncirculated, it may be worth submitting for grading. Look for errors. Check under magnification for doubling, off-center strikes, die cracks, or other unusual features. Check for mint marks. While most 2013 pennies were struck in Philadelphia and Denver, some special mint sets and proofs were made in San Francisco. Proof coins tend to be more valuable than regular circulation strikes. Research recent sales. Check auction results from platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or PCGS to see what similar coins have sold for. Get a professional opinion. If you suspect you have a rare penny, consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. The 2013 Lincoln penny may seem like an ordinary coin, but hidden treasures do exist. While most of these pennies are only worth face value, rare error coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Always check your change and pay attention to unusual features because you never know. You might be holding on to a valuable piece of numismatic history. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more coin collecting tips and valuable finds. Leave a comment below if you have a 2013 penny and let us know what you found. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!